Here I am. I know I'm early, but I have a reason to be early. And I have a reason to have on my horns. So, anyway, I'm going to explain my horns to some of you who aren't on yet. Thank you for the guys that came. This has been a fantastic night. The Dodgers won the World Series, and that's 4 out of 7 games. And they won 3 here in LA. They went to New York. New York won 1. And tonight it was like neck and neck. I mean, it was like 0-5. And then all of a sudden they picked up. They got 5, 6, and it ended up, they ended up winning. That was it. And it was really great. It was really fun to see. So anyway, hi JB808 and hi Jason Vorchi. Hi Nolo. Hi you guys. I'm early. I'm definitely early, but I just wanted to tell you guys about my horns, and this is for the guys tomorrow too. So you'll understand. Hi Sophie. We won. The Dodgers won. Isn't that great? It's a big deal here. I mean, people are going nuts downtown. If you want to see, well, I don't know if it's still live, but Jessica was down there when it was really jumping. And after this, you can go over to her site and check it out because she was right in it. They're doing fireworks and all kinds of crazy stuff. But it can get tricky because the police are out there and stuff like that. I know, it's a great game. It was great. And oh, you're going to go to the parade. Cool. I might do that too. I don't even know where it is. Let me know if you know where it is. You were dancing in horns 20 years ago. That's right. Poof 9/11. You are right. And I will tell you about these horns. Scientology used to always send me out to quote unquote handle. Well, first of all, let me just say this. I'm Tori Christman, aka Tori Magoo 44. That's my YouTube site in honor of my dad, who I used to call Mr. Magoo, and his professional football number was 44. So I grew up around competitiveness and, he winning all kinds of awards and stuff like that. So it's really fun for me. I mean, tonight was just like, oh, it's so great. So, they're devil horns. And so here's what happened. No, it's not really J&D. It isn't. It actually has a message. What happened is they used to send me out. I was in Scientology for 30 years. Let me just get that done. And Scientology is like a triangle. You have to pay for every single thing. And so I did. I worked and paid and trained and went all the way up the bridge. And the top is OT 8 and I was OT 7. So I was like way up there. And I also helped a bunch. So one of the things for me helping was to go out and try to quote unquote handle the critics, which are people like you, that are just interested in exposing Scientology's abuses in one way or another. And so I would just go out and talk to them. That was it. That's mainly what I did. But now I woke up in 2000 and I realized I can't do this anymore for a number of different reasons, which I have a whole escape story. It's a 10-part series and it's on this site. So if you want to hear the whole story, it's on there. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Apostate Alex. I know, way cheaper. So, okay, so where was I? I can't look over there because then I get lost. It'll come to me. Okay, so they're sending me out to handle the critics. So now I wake up. My plan was to just leave. I told Stacey I'm not going to speak out. I'm not going to picket. I'm not going to make videos, nothing. I'm just leaving under the radar. And she said, okay, we're just doing for you what we wish someone had done for us. I didn't know they did all the shit that they do. I really didn't. And so I had stood up in court saying that's not true. They don't do that. Thank you for the love, Apostate Alice. So now they cancel my van going to the airport. Anyway, you guys know the story. They cancel my van. They're at the LAX. They chased me across the country. And as I've said many times, I started out in LAX as a Scientologist. By the time I got over to Tampa, which is across the United States, I was an activist. in my mind. And because they'd done so much shit to me. And I was just, it proved all the stuff the critics had been telling me for years. So now it's the next day after I'm in Clearwater, and Bob says, look, we're going to go pick it. And I'm like, well, I'll go with you. I'm not going to pick it, but I'll go with you. And so I think, they're going to just lie and say I'm out here handling the critics. So I went into one of their stores and they had these little red horns. And so I thought, bingo, I'm buying them. So I bought them, put them on. And then as they would come around, I'd be, Tori, SP, it was just sort of like, I'm not here handling the critics, I'm with the critics. So that was my thing. And then Scientology put up this hate site, which is, she's got an old video Sophie put up of me handling the critics. You've got to send me that, Sophie, because I won't be able to see it afterwards. Please send me a clip of it. So anyway, so now they start a hate site about me and a bunch of other people, but mine has all kinds of stuff on it. And the photograph is me with these red horns. That was 24 years ago. And now it is 24 years later. And I started hearing this stuff about, oh, poor Tori, and she's so old and she should just stay home and rest. And I thought, this is OSA. This is from OSA. Whoever is running this, you have to know that is their program, because they have been trying to destroy my YouTube site and me for 24 years that I've been out. So, if they say that to you, just say, no, she's fine. She is absolutely fine. You need to get help. That's the truth. That's actually the truth. I know I'm devilish. That's the thing. I am. I'm a very devilish person, and I'm proud of it. I got a hate site today. All right. Way to go, Alex. I know. It's like, once you get it, mine started out, the biggest thing was that I had an affair. And I was married for 26 years happily, never had an affair. And it pissed me off. It was like a flat out lie. So I started going around to every single org going, okay, I'm Tori Chrisman. I'm a declared suppressive. And my SP declare in it at the time said that I have had an affair. So I would like to know who I had an affair with. I'd like to meet that person. And they were just stunned. I mean, nobody had ever come by and asked them about something like that. They're kind of like, and I said, just ask your boss. Just ask them, say, a declared SP OT7 is outside and she wants to know who that you're saying that I had an affair with them. Who is it? It was actually pretty funny. But anyway, I went org to org to org to org. I just kept doing it week after week after week after week. And finally on YouTube, one of the YouTube friends said, hey, guess what? They took it off your hate site. It's not there anymore. And it was like, because it was just a flat out lie. And I think it started to upset some of the staff. It's like, why? If she did, let's tell her who she had an affair with. If she didn't, I know, it's really good. I'm glad you got it, apostate, Alex. I thought it was really brilliant too. And I didn't think of it as brilliant at the time, but it ended up being pretty cool. And they did take it off. So there you go on that. And they have other stuff, that I really wanted to get off of my medication for epilepsy. Oh yeah. And it's supposedly from a letter from my husband, which if you are listening, Harold Bazazian, I know you didn't write that. I know that. Yachty, basically roped you into it. You wrote that stuff. You knew, you lived through it with me. You knew how awful it was. So I know you would not say that. So, but anyway, they've been creepy with me for 24 years. They've done awful stuff to me. Because remember, when I started speaking out in 2000, there were really only about 3 or 4 people that had their name and phone number on the internet. I was one of them because I only thought there were 50 people on the internet. So, I thought, all right, fuck it. I'll put my name on there. Oops, sorry. I think it's been 10 minutes, I hope. Otherwise, I apologize. Anyway, you're winning if they do block Black PR on you. Yeah, I know. Don't catch fire unless you're above the target. I know it's really funny. A bunch of critics started saying that to me because they were paying these people to just write lie after lie after lie about me 24/7, 365 days a year. I mean, it was unbelievable. And no one would stand up for me. No one. I mean, that's not true. Not no one. There was, I had a few friends online that stood up for me, and they were great. And one of them just passed away. Well, two of them. Andreas passed away, and Mark. Anyway, he passed away. And he always knew the references. I would say, this is what happened. And they would be right there saying, that's not true. They don't ever do that. And Mark would come on with the reference in writing, exactly. Ella Wright saying, do number 1, number 2, number 3. It was exactly what I said. It was amazing. So anyway, I just wanted you guys to know that this is their new program, that I'm old. I am old. I'm 77 years old, but I'm not too feeble that I can't do stuff. Do you know what I mean? I'm a fun person. I'm still get around. I do stuff. I enjoy my life, and I will enjoy my life until my life is over. That's just the way it's going to be. So if you hear people saying that, and it doesn't mean they're OSA. It just means they're running their program, whether they know it or not. That's a program from OSA. I know it is because I've heard it enough. And now some other friends have acknowledged it's on Reddit, and, it's just in some really creepy places. And it's like, okay, that's OSA. It just is. And that's the way they work. Yeah. Hi, witness. Yeah, it's exactly the way they work. My goldenrod stated my partner at the time was responsible for me being hit by a car, and we didn't even know each other when it happened. See, I mean, that's just awful. It's just awful. But that is why I started speaking out. Well, the reason I started speaking out was I figured if I can save one kid or one adult, even one person, from not getting suckered into the vortex of the Church of Scientology Truman Show, it's worth all the fair game they throw my way. And here I am 24 years later with my horns on. Hello, OSA. Epic fail. Epic fail. And you know what? You're really failing with all these kids. You are so missing the boat. And I'm kind of amazed there's other people that go along with it. And I get it. I mean, a lot of people spent many, many years building the road that people walk on now, protesting the Church of Scientology. And they took a lot of shit. So I always tried to acknowledge those people and say, it didn't start with me. There were many people before me and many people after me. And it's a cumulative thing. That's why I always say every voice counts. Every voice counts. And I'm not saying, I don't want to say this person is OSA or that person is OSA. I'm just trying to tell you this is their latest program on me. Okay. And I'm old, and poor Tori, and we should feel bad about her. And it's like, screw you, OSA. No, come on over here. You don't have the balls to come over to my house one day, one night, and sit down and talk to me. That's pathetic. That should be someone that you feel sorry for. But I don't feel sorry for you because you're doing it and you keep doing it. So all you have to do is stop doing it. The way out is the nearest door. Hi, Tawny B. Okay, I've seen comments about your age. Okay, good. They use anything to discredit you. Exactly. So that's why I thought make it public, because once it's public, it's very hard for them to keep doing it. They'll do it, but it's like now when you hear it, you go, oh, wait a minute, this is a program. Do you see what I mean? Because sometimes their programs are very slippery. They're very sneaky. And it's kind of like you don't really see it. And you're just kind of like, oh, yeah, I guess Tori is getting kind of old. And it's like, I am old. I'm not here saying I'm 19. I'm not. I'm proud to be 77 years old. And I'm still making videos, having fun, exposing the Church of Scientology for their abusive, creepy stuff they do. And I will say this. The more you fan out on speaking about abuses, the safer you will be. If you only have one abuse you're talking about, they will figure out a way to turn it against you. That's just the way they are. So my thing is this: we know we can prove they break up families. I can get 300 people here next week to talk about, they haven't met their grandchildren, they haven't seen their children in years, that kind of thing. My family, I haven't talked to my husband in 24 years because he can't. He stayed in the cult, and that's the way it is. Even though we had a happy marriage, that's kind of gross. But so there's breaking up families, disconnection, which is they're, declaring someone a suppressive person, writing out all this BS that isn't true, spreading it around, and then no one is allowed to talk to a suppressive person. No one. So that's why when you see them just walk by you, it's because they don't want to get declared themselves. That's just the way it is. Thank you, Kim. Go get them, Tori. I like that, witness. Let's go. Also, we've got the invoice for $1 million plus 24 years of interest. See, you guys are pushing the wrong people. Okay, so anyway, back to where I was, which who can remember what that is? But see, they use that against me. Oh, you can't remember anything. All right. And I admit it. I freely admit it. And why can't I? Because of the Church of fucking Scientology taking me off my medicine for epilepsy, me nearly dying twice. A doctor said 5 more minutes and you would have been dead. That's a fact. That was in 1979. So it's like my mother saved my life, and I am alive because of my mother and my grandfather, because I know my grandfather was a doctor, and I know he was like, get her back on her medicine. And she called me up and she said, this is a physical condition, Tori. It's not a psychosomatic illness. They're going to kill you. Those were literally her words. They're going to kill you. And I was like, oh, no, Dianetics will fix it. She said, no, it won't. It's not. And then when I couldn't remember who I went out on a date with, she said, all right, that's it. Either you're on your medication today and your doctor calls me today and says you're on your medication, or I, your mother, am going to fly from Chicago to LA. And believe me on this story, L. Ron Hubbard and the Church of Scientology will not forget your mother. And you know what? To this day, that's why I mentioned it. I know you guys have heard the story, but if one other person who has a medical condition hears it, it might save their life. She saved my life, but not every parent, is as strong as my mom was. She was really, really strong. So anyway, there you go. That's that. But I wanted to let you guys know so that, if you hear this kind of stuff, you can say, no, she's fine. We've talked to her. You can go on and watch her YouTube videos and you'll see she's fine. I go protest. You're flourishing and prospering. Thank you, Apostate Alex. I like that. All right. So I'm just going to poke up at a few because I missed a whole bunch. This is so predictable, Verity. That is so true. They really are, aren't they? I got a hate site. Oh, that is so great, Alex. I'm so proud of you. Isn't it funny? It's so ironic. It's so flippy the way it should be, like, oh no, I've got a hate site. But, it's all of us who have them are like, oh, bring it on, because it's so stupid, all this stuff. Like me especially, I told everyone because I did a lot of weird shit. I admit it. And so I started telling people what all my weird shit. Because this happened when I was very young. My father was a celebrity, and one of his big celebrity friends was getting, I always forget what the word is, but where they're trying to get money out of you. They're going to use your secrets to get money out of you. Sophie, you know what it is because you told me before what it is. Let me just look down and see if Sophie said it. Sophie. Oh my goodness, look at all you people. Blackmail. It's sort of blackmail, but I think it's extortion. Yeah, I think extortion is more it. It's not really. It's a bit of both, but it's creepy. And the guy was really freaked out. And I remember sitting. I left the dinner table one night, and I thought, you know what? I am never going to go through this again. I'm just going to tell people the shit that I did, and if they don't like me, that is who I am. I have done this stuff, and if you can't handle it, it's better we go our ways now than become really good friends. And then you find out, oh my God, you're a really horrible person. I'm really not that bad, but I did do some pretty fishy stuff in my teenage years. Didn't we all? That's so funny that you did that, Tori. Which thing is it? Kelly, which thing is funny? Tell me. Okay, so anyway, let me go. You're winning if okay, yeah, that's right. Sophie always has these good quotes. Please put question. That's the other thing, is if you hear shit about Sophie, that is the other OSA program they are running. See, they figure, okay, if we can just whittle down her moderators and then make her look stupid, like, oh, they're running Tori. No, they're not. I am the one who said, this is what I don't want. I don't want drama. I don't want nasty people. I want it to be a warmer place. If for any reason those guys aren't creating that and helping me create that, please let me know and let them know and talk to them. And, you know, they're super cool girls. So I know that they will work with you. You know, it's just the way it is. So anyway, I don't, they're not running anything that I haven't asked them to do. And I'm not the person who's, what do you call it? Where you block someone. I haven't blocked them, they have. But what I want to start now is where we just do timeouts rather than blocking, Sophie. So I want you to maybe talk to Lovett about that, where we do, you know, if somebody comes on and they're creepy, give them a timeout. If they come back and they're better, okay. If they're not, you know, you can feel it out, then it's a different thing. But that way it's a little bit of a better gradient, I think. How's everyone doing? Hi, 49ers for life. We're doing great. The Dodgers won the World Series. That was so amazing. It really was, because it was 0-5 for half of the game. I mean, almost to the end. Someone came up to me at work and said there were rumors that I was sleeping with someone. Yeah, there's always going to be weirdos. As for Scientology, we're all worth Thetans with bodies that have different ages. Use the tech against them. Yeah, I mean, it's like to me, I just say don't get caught up in it, because it's creepy and it is one of their programs, and you know, use it against them, as he said. Zero Dark Nora works for like OSA. I'm not going to call her that. I think that's a really awful name to call anybody except for Zero Dark Tony. He's the one who came up with that name. But Nora is just someone going through some shit. And you know, I think I went through a lot of shit. I know how it feels. It's awful when it happens. So, and it's hard to sort out. It is. So let's try to support her instead of, you know, putting some tag on her that is really creepy. Don't do that. That just makes you look creepy, I think. And I don't think you're creepy. I don't. But I just think I don't like that kind of label. And I've seen it before, so it's not just you. That's what I'm trying to say. Some of this shit has been passed on and passed on. Definitely OSA so predictable. Thank you, Verity. Exactly. Moose on the loose. Hey, Tori. And chat, haven't caught alive in a while. Well, good. I love your nick, Moose on a Loose. Moose on the Loose. Okay, there we go. Hi, Dawn. All right, you're flourishing and prospering. That's Scientology's thing. Flourish and prosper. If you do that, it doesn't matter. You can do anything. Okay, so people are saying hi to you, Sophie. This cult is obsessed with sexual things always. Isn't it ironic? And they're the ones stopping any kind of sex. If you join the Sea Org, I mean, public like me, that's a different thing. But the Sea Org guys, they can't have sex until they're married, and that's disgusting. It really is. It's stupid. If you're in the Sea Org, wake the fuck up. I mean, come on. It's like life is too short and don't marry someone that you not really love, that you're not in love with. You know what I mean? Just to have sex. It's like just get out of the cult. Look around, way out's the nearest door, open it up, walk out. There's nothing they can do. Nothing. They will say there's stuff they can do, but there is nothing legally they can do. You can always say, give me a phone, I'll call the police. Believe me, they will let you be. And you got to get a little tough with these guys because they're tough with you. That's so funny that you did that, Tori. Okay, Kelly, I'm still trying to find out what that was. All right. Okay, we got that. Someone came up. Okay, we got that. As per Scientology, we're okay. Yeah, there we go. Yep. I've seen comments about your age. Yeah, okay. All right. Seems like the cult uses any isms in your ageisms. Isn't that pathetic, though? I mean, when you think about it, it's really, they have sexism where they're against gays. And, I mean, Hubbard was a racist. And, the word wog, they use it all the time. Oh, he's a wog, she's a wog. That's an African racist term. That's what it is. So, and then ageism, okay, like they're not getting old. I mean, you go, I've filmed a few times walking across the street. It's like, woo, baby. But I wouldn't say that to them. It's like it's the end of their life. And I feel sorry for them that they're still in Scientology. Thank you, Kim. Let's go, Osa. Okay, yeah, all right. So we did these. Scientology makes people paranoid, and then they attack each other. Yeah, so just remember, divide and conquer is a big part of the OSA program. So try to stay away from it. Try to have a little bit of compassion for even people you don't like. It's like, just try it. Someone came up to me at work and said there are rumors that I'm sleeping with blank. I whispered, if they don't have pictures, I don't care. Of course, it wasn't true. That's good. That's good. Or you can say, hey, bring them over. I'd like to meet them. Because they won't have them. Apostate Alex, exactly. All right, go Alex. All right. We're all also opposing Scientology abuses. We're all OSA, no, opposing Scientology abuses. Oh, I see. You're saying that it's a new definition for OSA, opposing Scientology abuses. I was going to say, not me. I'm not joining that club. Okay, I gotcha. Yep, we're opposing the Scientology abuses. Exactly. Catching a late light with Magoo for the first time in quite a while. Hey, Acer211, welcome. Tori, you were talking about all the things that can be proven that the cult does. Disconnection. Okay, so there's breaking up families. Thank you for reminding me, Sophie. Disconnection, fraud. There's people that have millions of dollars in the Church of Scientology on account, which means, just open a savings account and we'll keep your money. And then when you're ready to do the service, you'll have it paid for. So a lot of people, I got my money back for that because I got an attorney. But if I hadn't had an attorney, I wouldn't have gotten it. But anyway, I got my money back for that. And I got my money back for IAS. And I got my money back for OT8. And that's the way it is. But, your mom was a badass. She was, Kelly. Thank you. Thank you to her for being adamant about getting back on your epilepsy medicine. Yeah, really. I would be dead. I mean, another guy who had epilepsy got off all his medicine and he is dead. He died at Flag. Blackmail, extortion. Yeah, that's right. Love your horn story. Very appropriate. I know, because it's Halloween. I thought, well, Halloween is what, tomorrow night, so I might as well wear my horns anyway. They're fitting. Tori, the word is extortion. Okay, good. All right. Thanks for continuing to be a hero against the Scientologists. Is it too extreme to call them lunatics? I think they are in that category. No, I don't. I really don't think that. I've talked to academics who studied cult members, and they said a lot of people think that they're really screwed up, and that's why they joined the cult. And they told me, they said, actually, we've studied thousands of cult members, and the truth is, most of them have very high IQs. That's why they joined the cult, to do something else other than the regular, day-to-day grind. So I wouldn't say calling them lunatics is anything that's going to help anybody. It's not going to help them. It's not really going to help you. It's not really the truth. They're not lunatics. I was a cult member. I don't feel like I'm a lunatic. I never was. I'm kooky, hence my horns. But at least I admit it. A lot of people don't. There's a lot of people that have all kinds of weird stuff, but they won't admit it. My friends did naughty things, but me enter the Holy One. Tom, that's a good one. Sherry in a TARDIS. Okay. Hello. Happy Halloween. All right. Kelly, when you went to the org, from org to org, asking who you had the affair with. Now, wait a minute. Okay. Comment. When you went to the org asking who you had the affair with. Oh, you were just saying that was the thing that was great. Yeah, it was. It really was. And it really helped me. It did. Because, I didn't think they'd take it off the list. I never dreamed of that. But it did help me face them and go, look, come on. If I had an affair, I want to know who I had an affair with. And I was single. So it was like, bring them on. I think the staff empathized. You are welcome, Sophie. Thank you for helping. How do you think Janet feels after being exposed by the protesters at the police accountability meeting? I missed that, Jody. I'll have to. Can you tell me where I can find that? See, I don't ever know where to find the links for that. So let me give you my email. Just a second. Here it is. If you could send it there, the link to it for the then I can check it out. That would really help. That would be cool. 24 years, consistency is worth something. Thank you, witness. I think so too. It looks a little scary tonight on Jessica's live stream. I know. Congrats to LA, but calm down. I know. The police have made it very clear it's going to go nuts and they're going to be there. And I went on her site and said, be very careful, because on the news, they're already clearing out downtown. I don't want her to get hurt or anything. I don't have a regret, Lee. I'm kind of anti-regret, because I really believe we live our life and this is who we are. You know what I mean? It's like whatever I did, regret isn't going to help me with it. It's just going to make me feel crummy. And that's the way I feel about it. If I could change something, I would somehow have earlier on insisted that my husband get educated on what I was doing with our best friend, Bill Yachty. Because if he knew, he would have left with me. But he didn't. And Yachty, had made it totally clear that I couldn't talk to Harold about it. I couldn't talk to his wife about it. And he couldn't talk to his wife about it. It was really top secret kind of thing. So if I could change anything, that would be it. But other than that, I've had a pretty cool life. I'm very proud of it. My apologies for the Zero Dark Nora comment. I deleted right away because it was out of line. Thank you, 49ers for life. I appreciate that. I really do, because she's a good person. And she, like I said, there's a lot to go through when you leave a cult. And it's not easy. It's not. And especially when there's other people picking on you. You know, it's like you've already got your own stuff. And then, anyway, I'm just trying to give her as much support as I can. She's working through her stuff, Kim. That's exactly right. LKR, the C of S, and all the sex talk. So weird. I'm not sure what LKR is. I think you guys told me, but I don't remember what it is. Please don't say short when talking about this. I'm not sure what you're talking about. So you'll have to fill us in. Sieglin. Anyone who was born in has tons of baggage. Since Scientology teaches you to report people first, live, Tori. First live, first live or live? Since Scientology teaches you to report people first, live, Tori. I think that's what you're saying. Anyway, yeah, thankfully I wasn't born in it. That would have been awful. I had a wonderful life before Scientology. I really did. I should have followed my parents. I really should have. If you're younger and your parents are trying to guide you, listen to them carefully, because I was so right and so wrong. I was that I was very wrong on. I wish I had listened to them. I do. But if I had, I wouldn't have my son in my life. And I love my son. So, and I have many, many friends, including a lot of you, that I wouldn't have in my life if I had gone their route. And I know how I would have ended up. And it isn't anything I, Tori, would want. It just isn't. It's the country club and golfing and, you know, all that stuff. Is like, it's not me. It just isn't. So I think it's good that I went the route I went. So many cults of weirds. Okay. Most of them overdo it. Yeah. And then they go out of business. 49ers, thanks for acknowledging that. Yeah, I appreciate that too, 49ers for life. And I really appreciate you deleting it too. We're free to have our own opinions, but don't like to put others down. Yeah, I really don't. I never have. Even when I was a younger kid, I never liked that kind of thing. I'm big on, and so was my mom. She was really big on inclusion versus exclusion. You know, it's easy to exclude people. Oh, you're not good enough. You can't be part of this. I remember seeing Danny Masterson and a bunch of those kids, the actors, because I was at CC when it started in the early 70s, and now roll forward to I think the late 80s, and Danny had gotten his TV show, and you know I taught him when he was like 2 and I'm in 6th grade, and a lot of these kids I taught when they were 2, and now they were just so. Their heads were like this big. It was like, you guys need to get a grip. And wow, now to see how bad it got with Danny, it's awful. I waited until I was married for sex. All right. We celebrated 33 years in March. Congratulations, Sherry. That's pretty hot. Xenu TV attacking. Well, you'll have to listen from the beginning. You see my horns, you know that they've attacked me for years. Don't you pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. You've been with me through the whole thing. You were there I don't know if you were at the Tampa airport when I escaped out, but you were there that night and you were there the next day and from then on. So you know what I'm talking about. I bet Hubbard and the ex-presidents would be besties. But Bunker, just in case you're missing this and you don't want to watch the whole thing, they're basically going, oh, poor Tori, she's so old and she should just stay at home and be quiet and sleep. And, you know, it's just another one of their stupid programs to try to shut down my YouTube site. And I'm just telling people, if you hear it, just tell people, no, she's fine. I talked to her the other night. Go watch her YouTube site. It's nuts that Osa thinks going after you will bother you. I know. That is such a good point. Thank you. Because it's like, hello, you've only been doing this for 24 years, and I always do this. You attack me and I make a video about it. I made that very clear when I started my YouTube site. I said, I'm from Chicago and here's my policy. You screw me once, I'll screw you twice, every single time. That's it. And I have. So there you go. But Bunker, I love your site. I love your new videos. Anybody who hasn't seen them, go over there, Mark Bunker. They're really good. I mean, really, really good. I almost thought today, maybe I should just stop because his are so good and you have so much material and all kinds of stuff. Then I thought, I'll just keep doing my goofy videos and hopefully some people will be happy and it'll help them. There you go. I'm waiting till marriage 268 and counting. Bunker is up for marriage, just so you know. If anyone is interested in marriage, he is a very cool guy. Hi, Tori. I haven't been around for a while. What is I saying? The horns are out. So are they picking on you again? Or are they picking on you again? I'm in Kentucky, but I can send good thoughts if that helps. Sure, of course. The horns are out? What does that mean? They're out. They're not. My horns are never out. These horns have been around since 2000. So, how is Scientology attacking you now? Hi, Nanya. Anyway, you start at the beginning and listen to the whole thing. I don't want to read. A lot of these people have been here, and I don't want to redo it. It's just they're running a program of, Tori's so old, she should just stay home and, rest and all this shit. So I'm just saying, if you hear that, just know that is being run out of OSA. Whether the people that say it know it or not, they may not. They might truly believe it, and that's okay. I don't mind. But I'm just saying it's not an original thought. I'm just telling you. It isn't. It's a program. Okay. Comment. In the non-cult world, we must do better ourselves in falling for the traps of isms like education, wealth, added to all prior mentions. I agree. I'm with you. It'll be safe with us. What'll be safe with us? What does that mean? I don't know what that means, witness. Okay, always accuse the opposition of what you yourself are doing. It creates confusion. Karl Marx, I mean, he would know they were propaganda experts. Yeah, exactly. See, are you still waiting? Excuse me. The financial fraud is horrible. It is. Okay. I don't think I finished. I didn't. Thank you for mentioning that. So it's breaking up families, stopping free speech, fraud, financial fraud, where they're ripping people off and keeping their money, even though their policy says if they don't want to do it, give them their money back, get rid of them. That's what L. Ron Hubbard said. Medical abuse is another huge one. And the kahuna of all is roping people into this billion-year contract, especially young kids. But I don't think they're doing the young kids that much anymore. I don't think. I don't know. I've been out of the orgs for 24 years. So you guys, do research on it. But all I'm saying is fan out and include all of these abuses because they're all provable. The hardest one to prove is the kids, believe it or not, because we can't get in the orgs. Journalists can't get in the orgs. The police really can't get in the orgs. So it's a little tricky, but we can start with all these other things and build up and then go, and they're going to go, okay, we got to look into, the rest of this. Do you see what I mean? We've got to investigate this. So that's my plan. That's the way I am. Hi, Justice. Thank you for your heart. Okay. Nothing wrong with us being in our 70s and you are same age. Share rocks like our Tory. Exactly. I've had a lot of fun with all different age people. The people in cults are under mind control. I wish people had more compassion sometimes. Yeah, it's a tricky thing. Please make an appointment by your doctor. Something is growing. It is not, or my natural horns. Question. When Scientology knows a person has an illness, they must medicate for and force them off? Do they take out life insurance policies? Of course not. They don't do anything like that. People in the Sea Org don't even have Social Security. So a lot of them, when they leave the Sea Org, they have nothing. Nothing. They don't have, if they turn 65, a lot of them don't have Medicare because they never paid into it. So they don't get it. It's really bad. So they must medicate for and force them off. That isn't how it's expressed, just so you know. They never say it like that, like, oh, we have to force you off of your medicine. They're just like, oh, Dianetics will fix it. You don't need to take all this medicine, and there's a lot of other things that will help you. And, they've got their own ways with everything. Hi, Tori. Always good to see you. Thank you. Good to see you, too. All right. Okay, and here's Xenu TV. Sherry, I'm very patient. I'm telling you, he's the man. He really is. You should get together. Tori, bring him on. Exactly. LOL. All right, so random question. Our channel, excuse me, available on Tori's page. I don't see an option. JB, I'm kind of considering it, but I'm trying to do it a little bit at a time. Just like, now we've got the super chats is available, but that's not happening too much. It happened at first, but it hasn't happened anyway. But I think it will again. So the memberships I'm considering, but I'm a little afraid of it right now because I don't quite know enough about it. I've got to learn a little bit more about it, and then we'll see. Okay, so please be patient on that. And thank you for caring. My grandmother was a dedicated JW, and she was one of the greatest people you'll ever meet. People join cults because they want to help. That's why I did. Exactly. I wanted to help people. That was exactly it. JB, not yet. Okay. Yeah, not yet. Yeah, Mark's been helping me a ton with this. Tori, does it occur to you that by now you should have some other interest in your life than this subject of Scientology in a different, nuanced way? It still owns you as though it's for eternity. That's something that OSA loves to push. They're really big on that, just so you know. No, they don't own me, and I do have other things, but I'm not putting them on the internet because I don't want the internet to own me. Do you know what I mean? I have my private life, and then I have this that I do, exposing Scientology. But no, they won't own me for eternity. They stopped owning me in 2000, and literally a little bit before then too. In a different nuance, it still owns you. Now you think it does because you don't know the rest of my life. Okay, JB, no, she hasn't got them. Right, thank you. All right, and this is Xenu TV. There you go. All right, thanks, Mark, aka Wisebeard Man. Thanks for everything you do, and thanks, Sophie. Yeah, you guys are all wonderful. Mark is a dreamboat. And I highly recommend, if you haven't subscribed over there, definitely do. JB, and thank you for supporting Tori. Thank you. I like you guys. Reminder for chat. Okay. I don't know. Somehow people don't get that, so I don't know if we have to keep reminding them of it, because I don't think they get it. They either get it or they don't. But I don't think we saying that, somehow I don't think it communicates. Or wouldn't have to keep saying it. And you guys tell me if you get it or not. But it seems like most of the people get it and it works really well. So it hasn't really been a problem in a while, I think. I think we got it down. Thank you, Sophie. So, plus Nora was gay in the Sea Org. That's right. I can't imagine the damage from that. Well, she was actually married in the Sea Org. She wasn't, I don't think she was gay. She probably was gay, but I believe she was married. So she, I think, announced being gay after she left Scientology. I think regret is only appropriate when a person intentionally set off to do others harm. Oh, that's not Tori. No, I don't think I've ever done that ever. That's too icky for me. Nah, I haven't, but thank you for clarifying that. Okay. Okay, this is Dawn Lambert's parenting showing. Well, okay. Dawn, sorry I removed the comment, but thanks for defending our Tori. Aw, that's nice. Welcome, Sophie. All right, okay. We hung out, Tori. You're not an old frail at all. Thank you, witness. I know, except for my ears. My ears, I will admit, they're still recovering from that Viper room. But we were right underneath these gigantic speakers, and it was very loud. And I've done loud music all my life, and I have never had this happen. But someone the other night mentioned that, about how maybe my ears have built-in earwax. So I've got to go to my doctor and have him look at it and see. I have to run, okay, and work on a video for my channel. Night. You're not too old, Tori. Keep getting older. Never stop. I love you, Mark. I really do. You're a darling. Thank you. Okay, much love from Australia. Wow, thank you very much, Swedish Lena. Hi, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. It's very kind. Oh, yeah, and I forgot. Wait. Oh, that's right. Just a second. Can you all wait for just 1 minute? Wait. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I'm still here. I have to click on this thing that I forgot to click on. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Click on it. Okay, and then okay, it says I've done it. Darn it. All right, well, I'll have to talk to Bunker about it. I don't really know what it is. I'm supposed to change something so that if someone gives me money, I get it. But I'm not sure what it is. They said you have to have the channels where it's like ads, short feeds, watch page ads. Ooh, there we go. Thank you, Swedish Lena. All right. I think we got it. I think I'm good. Now I got to find out where you guys are. Oh, there you are. Hi. Okay. I am a knucklehead. I'm telling you, that is one thing I have admitted since day one. I am a knucklehead. So you have to have you have to be kind to me. because it's just part of me. And there's not something that I can do about it. Okay, so what are your crimes, Mark? He blew. That's right. Thank you for pointing that out, witness. All right, good morning. Hi, Hans Christian Schwartz. What a great name. JB808, to be 77 years old. Oh, now this looks nice. Vivacious and still have the passion to get out there to protest is a blessing at any age. You're an inspiration. Thank you. Thank you very much. See, that's the way I feel. I feel very, very honored to be with you guys. I think it's just, every time I see you, I'm like, oh, I love these people. They're wonderful. If you were still, okay, if you were still in Scientology, they would be running you. Oh God, I'd probably be dead. Yeah. I can't even imagine. I feel very bad. That is one thing I really do feel bad for my husband, that he's still in there. But it was his choice. You know, he was born in it. He was born in it. His parents were in it. They got in 1950. So tricky. OSA is trying to keep you from the IAS patrons event. Ah! No, I'm not going to go there. That's in England. Not going to happen. But I will say, don't wait. To any Scientologists listening, do not waste a dime on the IAS. They don't do what they promise. They don't deliver what they promise. And they will never, ever give you back that money. So don't. Okay. Now here is Swedish Lena. Sophie, I stepped away from YouTube for a month or so. My pain was through the roof and it was driving me nuts, and had to have someone to get my head back on straight. Good. Well, you're better now? The pain is less? Pain is a hard thing to be part of. Okay, C of S is not the inviting type of religion. It's not a religion. It's a cult. So that ends that right there. Sometime, not someone. Okay. Well, good, Swedish Lena. I'm glad you're better. I really am. Me too, Sophie. Okay. You are the youngest person at heart that I've ever seen. Wow. They must really be desperate to say you're old. If they only knew your secret. Live and love every day. I know. I mean, I've told them it for years, because I've told it to other people too, because people ask me, why are you so happy? I mean, the academics who study cults said, we're flying in to meet you because we have never met anyone as happy as you are who's left a cult. And there you go. So yeah, it's a good thing, and it's a simple thing. And I did love that the critics used to say, you must be doing something right, Magoo, that they're attacking you all day, all night, 24/7, 365 days a year. I mean, if you weren't, you'd never hear your name. And so the fact that they're now, throwing this thing around and spreading it around, they had some other stuff going too, but this one's, I thought, I'm going to bring it up. It's too creepy. No one. Hey, Tori, good to see you. Thank you, no one. It's good to see you too. Does Scientology take out life insurance? No, I don't even know where you're getting that from, but no, they don't have life insurance, anything. No, they don't care. They consider people like me a degraded being. Gotta love our wise beard man. I know. Sophie, I'm slowly getting there. Good, Swedish Lena. I'm glad to hear that. Hi, Tori. Here I am again. Love from the Netherlands. Hi, Peter. Good to see you. Tori, you got some super chats tonight. Did I? I know I got one from Swedish Lena. Let me just look and see, because you're right, Jonathan Manson. Thanks. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to do this. Thanks for the great videos every time you broadcast. Thank you. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. And here's Swedish Lena. That is so sweet of you. Very kind, both of you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. All right, cool. Well, I think that's it. I think we've pretty much, I think that's it, right? So if you want to see any of the Dodger thing, go over to Jessica Palmadessa's site, because you have to probably go earlier because they were kind of winding down by the end. But anyway, there you go. And I love you guys. Happy Halloween. If you're going out trick-or-treating, have a safe and happy Halloween. And know that I love you. And the next time I'll be on will be Friday night. I'm going to do it Friday, the middle of the week, Friday and Sunday. That's my plan. That's my schedule. So there you go. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for your super chats. It means a lot to me. It really does. And I'm sure Osa hates it. They're like, you're really ticked off. What are they giving her super chats for? She's old. Too funny. All right. Well, anyway, peace out. I love you guys. Bye-bye. And thank you to Sophie.